against Herman Delgado, the same Ibeabuchi who you saw knock out Greg Pickram back in September of '95 on the Cedric Kushner Sports Network. There's Big Ike. They call him the President. He's training down in Texas. Herman Delgado, his opponent tonight. Key thing here and a good benchmark for Ike's punching power is Delgado is durable. He went the distance with Peter Smith in Nevada. He went a strong 10 rounds with Jorge.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
Introducing now the principals first in the blue corner to my left, wearing the navy blue trunks, weighing in at 222 pounds with a professional record of 11 victories, 5 defeats, 1 draw. He has 8 knockouts to his credit. He hails from El Paso, Texas. Here is Herman Delgado. His opponent in the red corner, wearing the black trunks with white accessories. He weighs in at 237 pounds. He is undefeated in 10 professional fights with 8 knockouts. He hails from the great country of Nigeria. However, he makes his home now in Dallas, Texas. Here is Ike, the President, Ibeabuchi. 8 rounds, heavyweights.
Okay, gentlemen, you received instructions in the dressing room.
11-5-1, 8 KOs. Keep in mind, Delgado's only been stopped 1 time, and we're fighting under Louisiana rules tonight. 10-point must system in effect, standing 8 count, 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight, and you can be saved by the bell in the last round only. Scheduled for 8 rounds.
In case anybody's wondering about Ike and his ring attire, if it looks familiar, he loves Mike Tyson, and you could tell just by how he carries himself. He loves Tyson's style. In fact, he went to China one time and he said everybody was calling him Tyson. He says he likes Tyson because Tyson goes for the kill.
Ike Ibeabuchi, scheduled for 8. He's never been past 6. 8 of his fights by way of knockout. He went 6 rounds back in March of '95, and one of his fights that went the distance against Keith Walton, winning a 6-round decision. Hasn't fought since May 24th when he stopped Mike Ackley in 1 round. Delgado's last fight was, of course, the loss to Jorge Valdez, losing a 10-round decision. Was not down in that fight. That was back in March of this year. Only stopped 1 time in his career, and that was against Kenny Keene. Kenny Keene stopped Herman Delgado, mostly on cuts from what I've been told, in the 7th round. That was in March of '95. So durable is Delgado's middle name, but again, came in at 222 pounds today, heaviest he's been in his pro career.
And Ike, of course, loves that moniker, the President. He moved from Nigeria only in 1993, immediately relocated to Dallas.
But he wasn't informed. He thought Eisenhower was still president. That's why he took the name.
I like Ike.
He found out Ike was dead. It was like, well, his name stuck. Good body work there by Ibeabuchi.
When he was 17 already, he was actually contemplating going into the army in Nigeria and watched the Douglas-Tyson fight from Japan. And when he saw Buster Douglas succeed in that tremendous upset, knocking out Tyson, he said, hey, if he can do it, why can't I? Immediately decided he was going to become a professional boxer.
Looks easy on TV, but so far Ike's doing very well. Again, undefeated, 10-0, 8 knockouts. Little under a minute to go in round number 1. We're scheduled for 8. No fight of Ibeabuchi's has gone the distance since March of '95. On the other hand, Delgado only stopped that 1 time. So it'll be a nice benchmark for Ibeabuchi if he could stop Herman Delgado.
I like Ike's patience in this early round. He's establishing his jab. He's missing a couple times with the right hand. He missed with the uppercut, but he's going to find that range soon. Good stiff jab by Ike. Right down the middle, snapping Delgado's head back.
As we come to the end of round number 1, it's been all jab so far from Ibeabuchi.
The bell, the end of round 1.
Just fine. Keep popping the jab. He's getting down low. That's all right. When he goes down low, you got to get down there with him and bring him up out of there, okay? But you keep sticking your jab just like you're doing. Don't stop that now.
And we take a look at the jab here in action from round number 1. Very improved jab, I might add. Last time I had the opportunity to see Ike in person was when he knocked out Greg Pickram, and that was back in September of '95. He took Greg out in the 3rd round, but had a lot of trouble before that. The jab looked nothing like that.
Seconds out. Seconds out. We approach the second round. Round 2.
Second round, we're scheduled for 8. That's Ike Ibeabuchi, he's in the black shorts, Herman Delgado in the purple. If you notice between rounds, the trainer looked familiar in Ike's corner. That was former welterweight champion of the world, Curtis Cokes. No knockdowns thus far in the fight, but a very good first round for Ike, who looks far more experienced the last time I saw him, but just as I say that, tends to trip a little over his own legs, a little off balance there.
Curtis
still
working with Ike in the gym on his balance. And we saw evidence right there. He was off balance, got pushed back from a body shot.
Had they mentioned that to you, that that's something that he's having a problem with, John?
Well, it's something that all young fighters, of course, have to work on early on, and it's something he's continuing to work on, is to get good leverage and stay balanced in there. You know, a lot of fighters are successful not having good balance. Look at Tommy Hearns, how far he got.
Rocky Balboa, I mean, Mick tied that string to his legs to teach him balance.
Tommy's not going to like being linked with Rocky Balboa.
A little more than a minute gone by here in round number 2. Coming to you from Players Island Casino, Lake Charles, Louisiana. TVKO and the Cedric Kushner Sports Network on a heavyweight explosion. I'm Arnie Tokyo Rosenthal along with John Saraceno. Of course, coming up, Larry Donald and Derek Roddy.
I mean, Delgado just has no clue how to get on the inside to do any effective work. He tried there.
Nice hook off the jab. You can't take that away from him. Caught Ike napping.
But again, he's waiting for Ike to punch first, and he's getting nailed.
Part of the reason Delgado gave me for why he ballooned up to 222 is that he'd been working out with weights trying to improve his punching power. But I can't say that he looks overly toned, though, because of it, John. No, I don't
looks like he's been at Dunkin' Donuts too much to me.
I don't mean that as a knock. I mean,
no, he's carrying weight he shouldn't be carrying. He's not a big guy to begin with, and obviously he's trying to add a little extra beef.
Delgado 6 foot even. Ike 6'2". Ike came in at 237 pounds. 222, the heaviest Delgado's ever been.
Good straight right hand after the double jab by Ike. And now he's really working Delgado to the body. Delgado's got to get off those ropes. But sooner or later, his legs are not going to carry him off those ropes. And that's what Ike wants to do.
Delgado, though, a big survivor. I saw him take some big body shots from Jorge Valdez, go the full 10. And what Valdez said to me afterwards, he just took a look in Delgado's eyes and he said, this guy wants to stay here tonight. And as a matter of fact, that's the first time I saw Valdez fight from the outside. He said, I'll go on the outside, I'll just jab for the last 3 rounds and win them.
And Delgado knows how to survive if he gets into that mode.
As we come to the end of round number 2, he's getting into survival mode very early in a fight.
There's the bell, that ends round 2.
Start
picking that jab a little, okay?
Right.
That jab is what's knocking you off balance, and he's setting you up.
Because that right ain't...
Right, no, that right, he ain't gonna hit you all night with it. He can pack that away. But that jab is knocking you off balance.
And we take a look at action from round number 2, and there's the jab that Chuck McGregor's talking about, and Herman Delgado's agreeing with him, John. That jab's knocking him off balance.
And it's setting him up for the right hand.
Exactly. And we take a look there, looking very fresh, Ike Ibeabuchi. All of 23 years of age.
This is round 3.
Heavyweights, third round scheduled for 8. No knockdowns thus far in the fight. Ibeabuchi winning, though, unofficially on both scorecards. In between rounds, Chuck McGregor, who you've seen in the corner of Obed Sullivan, trying to talk to Delgado, telling him he's got to start picking those jabs off.
And he's got to start throwing punches. He's got to make Ibeabuchi think twice about merely walking in on him. He's not done that thus far. I mean, Ike's showing almost no respect for Delgado, just moving forward, doing what he wants when he wants. He's imposing his will, which at this point has been considerable.
Ike's in the black shorts, Delgado in the purple.
That's one thing Curtis Coates is trying to do. He's trying to slow Ike down a little bit. Ike really wants to fight guys that are in the top 10 right now. He believes he's ready.
Well, I would have to say at the moment the best name on his record was the knockout over Greg Bickram, and we just saw Bickram get destroyed by Johnny Ruiz in one round, who got destroyed by David Tua. So if you apply those principles, you would have to think that Ike's not ready and that Curtis is probably giving him sound advice. However, I've got to tell you, he looks greatly improved from the last time I saw him close up.
And of course, some of that is who's in front of him right now. Delgado's allowing Ike to set the entire pace and tone of the fight.
Ike Ibeabuchi undefeated. He's got 10 wins, 8 knockouts. Delgado 11-5, 1 draw. Some punching power, though. He's got 8 knockouts. Most of them, though, came against people under 200 pounds, where he started his career. Heaviest he's ever been today, 222, weighed 213 in his last fight with Valdez. Prior to that, he weighed 206. I'm not going that far back either. August 95, 206. March 96, 213.
Ike trying to get that uppercut in on the inside that Delgado is open for.
Interestingly enough, John, this is the heaviest Ike's been, 237 pounds today. That's the heaviest in his pro career.
And don't forget, those scales are probably about 5 pounds over, so he's closer to 230, 231.
6 foot 2 inches. Hails from Nigeria. Home of Dick Tiger, former middleweight champion. Was home of Dick Tiger. Dick passed away about 10 years ago.
And a current bronze medalist, just won the bronze medal down in Atlanta, Duncan Dokwari. And he's a potential fighter you could be seeing here in the future, possibly on the Heavyweight Explosion Series. Actually, Ike beat Dokwari twice in 1992 and 1993. Good straight right hand.
Delgado's got to get off the ropes. He doesn't want to get pinned in there and let Ike just flail away as we're coming near the end of round number 3. Another big one.
He's wearing down, Arnie.
For Ike Ibeabuchi. You know, John, you said at the end of the round that Delgado's wearing down. I've seen him in that situation before where he looks like that, and at the end of the fight, he's there when the decision's announced. However, and again, this is where you can really measure the improvement on Ike Ibeabuchi. If he can stop a fighter like Herman Delgado that's gone the distance with Valdez, South African Peter Smith, very good yardstick.
You got how much? You need some more water? Huh? He might be trying to make another run at you, right? Just be, you ain't got much left. You need to get your hands up a little bit. Get your hands up now. Get your hands up. I don't want to get hit on shit. Get your hands up. You jump that left hand. Get it up, okay? Okay, right. Sit in there. Sit in there. We want to stay with that jab. It's working all night, all right? Take a deep breath. Suck it up. The next time you go after him, go after him a little bit harder. Okay.
Seconds out. Seconds out. We approach the 4th round. Round 4.
As we start round number 4, referee Ronnie Ralston been very inconspicuous. Not a lot of holding thus far. It's been all Ike Ibeabuchi unofficially, John, I've got a shutout for Ike 3 rounds to none. But interestingly enough, you listen to Curtis Coates, he said, watch out, Delgado will make one more run at you before he's finished.
Curtis has been around. He knows what Delgado is capable of trying to mount one last stand. Ibeabuchi, I'm really impressed with his poise and the fact that he's continuing to use his jab. Even though he senses he can take this guy out possibly when he wants to, he's taking his time and trying to break him down properly.
And again, I go back to Delgado's last fight with Valdez. I remember I called that fight thinking a half a dozen times during that fight, Delgado will quit on the stool, he'll get dropped, he'll get cut, he'll look for an excuse to get out of there, and there he was at the end of round number 10.
Ibeabuchi also shows very good hand speed for a heavyweight.
When he doubles on the jab, though, he's tentative. He's not making a good step in on the second jab, and hence the right hand's not landing.
He is missing.
Oh, that right landed, though. Off one jab. Great right hand lead.
Oh, he missed with that uppercut.
And a good thing for Delgado that he did.
That would have ripped his head off.
Halfway gone in round number 4. This is scheduled for 8. Delgado ate a mean right hand there.
There also comes a point, too, when a guy is still in there with you and you're unable to get him out, where it starts becoming a negative for you.
Well, like I said, Valdez told me after that fight, he just looked in Delgado's eyes and he said, this guy's not going home. I'm going to sit on the outside and jab and take the last 3 rounds and take the decision.
Ibeabuchi has a nice assortment of punches. You see him still trying to land that right uppercut on the inside, and he's getting ready to set up some power punches here, Arnie. He has that look on his face where he's saying to himself, I want to get this guy out of here.
But you know what? The reason he can't land that uppercut on the inside is Delgado's too experienced and too shifty. You're not going to land that kind of punch on him. If you get him close at close quarters.
Delgado puts the gloves up in front of his face and picks off the majority of those shots. You're right.
But you won't land a clean punch, which makes you wonder why he doesn't stay inside. You see, he caught that uppercut right on the gloves, blocked it beautifully. He's run to 30 seconds to go in round number 4. That's Ike Ibeabuchi. He's in the black shorts. Delgado in the purple. Got hit though with that overhand right. Good left hook to the body. Beautiful left hook to the body.
He hasn't been doing enough of that.
Curtis Coates telling him, after you drop that body shot, go upstairs. Only 5 seconds to go in round number 4. Oh! Another body shot. Can't be saved by the bell until the last round. Ronnie Ralston counting over Delgado, takes the 8 count. He's going to go back to the corner. Ralston asking him. Ralston says, no, that's it. Delgado tells him he doesn't want to go on. 2 body shots stops Herman Delgado.
Murderous punching in the body by Ibeabuchi.
And Ike doing something that Jorge Valdez couldn't do, Peter Smith couldn't do, and that's he stopped Herman Delgado on body shots.
And if he would have done that just a little bit sooner, he got away from that. He wanted so much to establish a jab first, but once he went to that body and doubled up with that left hook, Delgado had nowhere to go but on the canvas.
Well, I've got to tell you, John, in retrospect, it was good work for him. He got to experiment with that jab a little bit, trying to double up and come over with the right. He doesn't have that down just yet. We take a look at the knockdowns here. 4th round action. Watch this left to the body. Misses with the uppercut. Nice overhand right. And there's that left hook to the body. And down to one knee goes Delgado.
Ibeabuchi throws nice, straight, clean, hard punches. That's what you're seeing. And in combination, and there's that left hook.
That was the second knockdown. Once he already had tapped that side, all he had to do was touch it lightly. Delgado went down again, and he wanted no more. You take a look. He got some good work in. Tried to work that uppercut. Learned that he couldn't do it yet. We're going to get our official announcement from Mark Giro.
Ladies and gentlemen, in time, 2 minutes, 59 seconds of the 4th round, the winner by technical knockout and still undefeated, Ike, the President, Ibeabuchi.
Well, he drops Herman Delgado twice in the 4th round. He improves to 11-0. That's his 9th knockout. And as we had mentioned before, in terms of, John, you have to take a look at who he's beaten now, what those other guys have done, and I'm impressed with how he stopped Delgado.
I'll tell you what, Arnie, he's got my vote, does the President, as a guy who belongs on any list of up-and-coming heavyweights.
Well, speaking of lists, and we're